Welcome everyone to my list of the most anticipated games confirmed to be at E3 2015. I try and do this every year to give you guys the rundown of what games I'm excited to see at E3 for that year. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now, putting together this list was pretty difficult this year considering we have so many good titles being shown, but nonetheless, number 5 had to be Rainbow Six Siege. If you didn't know, this is being developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft itself. Now, given Ubisoft's track record for the past couple of games, Assassin's Creed Unity, Watch Dogs, and a few others, Rainbow Six Siege might end up broken without hope at launch, but I'm staying hopeful until Ubisoft proves my theory right. Rainbow Six Siege focuses heavily on team play and realism like many of the other titles in the Rainbow Six franchise. However, Siege focuses more on multiplayer and destructibility like we see in major Battlefield titles today. From last year's E3 conference, we saw gameplay of a SWAT team surrounding a house that terrorists have boarded up. Your job as the counter-terrorist team is to go in and extract the hostage safely, so it's a very fast-paced game with lots of destructibility. During the month of March 2015, Ubisoft announced a closed alpha for PC users, which has concluded by now. However, if you pre-order Siege, you will have guaranteed access to a beta build when available, no matter what platform you play on. The release date of Rainbow Six Siege is October 13th, 2015, if you are interested in pre-ordering, which I do not recommend considering this game is still in development. And again, it's a Ubisoft title. So all in all, Rainbow Six Siege is shaping up to be a really unique title, but we'll have to see how development goes. The number 4 spot in this countdown definitely has to go to Mirror's Edge Catalyst. This game is being developed by DICE Stockholm and published by Electronic Arts. Now, I'll admit, I wasn't the biggest fan of Mirror's Edge 1, but Mirror's Edge Catalyst caught my eye during last year's E3 press conference. Now, Catalyst is a game that will revolve around Faith's past while expanding on the original game's first-person perspective experience with parkour running and exploring the world around you. There really isn't too much information about the storyline at this point in time, but I'm sure we will know more after this year's EA press conference. Now, the set release date at this point is the first quarter of 2016, so we're looking at a fall release. Number 3 in the countdown was a tough choice, but in the end it was pretty obvious. Fallout 4. This game is being developed by Bethesda Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks. Now, considering we know all this new information about Fallout 4 as of Sunday night, I'm going to expand a little bit on this game's features as compared to some of the other games in this countdown. So, firstly, base building. You can actually create your own living space for you and your pet. You can build and decorate the house exactly how you want to, which I found to be pretty cool. As for weapon customization, you can find items in the world to build a scope, for example. Now, I think Bethesda did confirm to have 50 weapons in the game, but customization allows you to turn a pistol into a sniper rifle, essentially. There's just so many things you can use to customize the weapon and truly make it your own unique weapon, which I found to be pretty cool. Fallout 4 takes place approximately 200 years after a war over resources that ended in a nuclear holocaust in 2077, so pretty much around Fallout 3's time period. The setting of this game is post-apocalyptic and covers regions like Boston, Massachusetts, and other parts of New England known as the Commonwealth. Fallout 4 releases for the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC on November 10th, 2015. So there you have it, Fallout fans, prepare your wallets. Now, number 2 this year is Star Wars Battlefront. This game is being developed by DICE Stockholm and published by Electronic Arts. We know a fair bit about this game as compared to last year around this time. First off, this is a reboot to the Battlefront series. The previous Battlefront game, Battlefront 2, was released way back in 2005, which is almost 10 years come October time. Now, if you're expecting Star Wars Battlefront to be the same as the previous games in the franchise, you're mistaken. DICE are developing this in their own unique way, but keeping a lot of the core features fans have come to love and expect. However, space battles are not a thing in the new game, which has let down a lot of fans, but there will still be massive land battles with air vehicles in the game. It's kind of similar to how Battlefield has it with 64 players in the same server, so plenty of action to be had there. Battle of Jakku is the first DLC for the game, which launches on December 8th for everybody, but if you pre-order the game, you will receive it on December 1st. It features 2 maps set on planet Jakku. Now, to see DLC details before the game is even released tells me 2 things. Either the game is focusing on DLC or they are way ahead of development time. Either way, this game is going to revitalize this franchise. Star Wars Battlefront releases on November 17th, 2015 for the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, and then on November 20th, 2015 for the United Kingdom. Now, if you are one of the excited fans of Star Wars Battlefront, make sure to tune into the E3 2015 EA press conference today. Gameplay is being shown for the first time today, so make sure you do not miss it. As for my number 1 spot on this year's countdown, I chose Tom Clancy's The Division. This game is being developed by Ubisoft Massive along with several other Ubisoft studios and published by Ubisoft itself. Announced way back at E3 2013, this game has come a long way without having too much revealed about it. So basically, this game is inspired by Operation Dark Winter and Directive 51, real-world events that reveal how vulnerable the United States has become in the modern era. Now, in The Division, a disease spreads on Black Friday that causes the entire United States government to collapse in just 5 days. As an agent of the Strategic Homeland Division, it is your job to combat the threat brought on by the outbreak and restore society back to normal. Along the way, you will face AI-controlled enemies as well as other players, considering this is an MMO shooter. Even though this is a Ubisoft title, I'm staying hopeful that they don't mess it up come launch in the first quarter of 2016. This game is being developed for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. I'm hoping we hear more about this game later on today, along with updated gameplay. But anyways, that is my list of the most anticipated games for E3 2015. If your list is any different from mine, feel free to write yours in the comments down below. I'm eager to know what games you guys are excited to see this year. Besides that, thanks for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.